Hello friends, on this YouTube channel, I've been on and off been creating a lot of content around the KPO jobs in India. So because of this advent of this knowledge processing outsourcing boom, a lot of jobs have come to India from developed economies. So we are still a developing nation in some way or the other. And our teeming millions of youngsters have got a lot of opportunities in this BPO and KPO sector. Now, KPO is for higher end of that outsourcing value chain. And who are the people who can apply? Chartered accountants, cost accountants, MBA, CA Inter, CFA, BCom, Eco Honors. All of these people can actually make a good career for themselves in the realm of KPOs. I have created very specific videos on various segments. So how do you apply? You can go to the career site of these companies. The best method, in my view, is to get hold of an existing employee in that company, and that employee will upload your resume on that referral portal. In that process, the employee also stands to earn a referral bonus. The HR also stands to understand that yes, you are coming through a known person, so your CV is processed faster. Then there are these consultants. Every specific KPO will have one specific consultant whom they use, and then maybe job portals. So once you are active on various job portals, your CV will be shortlisted by the various HRs or consultants working on those job portals. What are the qualities of KPO? So one aspect of outsourcing is that maybe you're disconnected from the Indian reality. However, the advantages here is the MNC culture, the money and the growth because of the rupee dollar arbitrage. So maybe for someone in the US or Canada, paying $20 per hour is nothing, but in India it translates to nearly 1,500 rupees an hour for a junior guy. So, and semi-qualified people can also grow. They support you for further education. So for example, Deloitte USI or PwC SDC is going to sponsor your CPA once you complete them. Maybe fixed timings. Of course, there are stretches during peak seasons, and then work from home. That also becomes quite a big advantage. Let's say you are a woman, you've got kids now, you cannot really travel to office. So now with COVID and the established practice of work from home, for the near future, work from home is going to be the norm for all of these KPOs. So if you look at the various segments, and I thought of listing down some of the names, this is not the exhaustive list. PwC, SDC have created a dedicated video as well for that. Kolkata, Bangalore, now virtual office in Hyderabad, and then EY GDS in Bangalore, Kochi, Kolkata, Gurgaon. KPMG has got KGS practice, Deloitte USI, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, and then BDO offshore in Bangalore. Grant Thornton also has a valuation offshore practice. Now, that is the part where you do audit, assurance, tax, M&A for your counterparts in, let's say, PwC Canada or an EY UK. That is how that agreement happens. On the contrary, there are these captive audit, accounting, tax, or FP&A roles where companies have set up dedicated KPOs in India. So maybe Timing, Thomson Reuters, Walmart, AB InBev, Colgate Palmolive, Lafarge, Novartis, PepsiCo, Unilever, Olam, Trafigura, Tesco, AIG, Vodafone, British Telecom, Orange Business Services. Then Colt is their entity data, AXA Gurgaon, Atlas Copco, Ericsson Global, Indorama. So many of these companies have set up shop in India, and maybe they employ thousands of people across all different sort of educational backgrounds. And then product control, we have a dedicated video on that. What exactly is product control? You're basically doing control in India of the derivative trader or the bond trader in their front end markets. So it's kind of a big back office role, but still the advantages in terms of growth, money, etc. remain. So Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Society General, Credit Suisse, Stancy, Barclays, Citi, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Macquarie, Northern Trust, JP Morgan Chase, UPS. In these huge KPOs, very well managed in terms of their MNC culture. And apart from product control, various other processes also get outsourced. So if you look at this wide gambit, this is a big area where you can apply. And then there are this credit analyst or fund accounting roles. So for example, HSBC, you are working in HSBC Kolkata for HSBC UK or HSBC Hong Kong, and people in my circle do that in Bangalore, in Gurgaon, in Mumbai. And then RBS, Royal Bank of Scotland, works for the UK counterpart. Oaktree has an office in Gurgaon and Bangalore. Wells Fargo has recently set up a big outfit in Hyderabad. WNS is there in Mumbai. So in terms of fund accounting and credit control, you do as much work as you would be doing for an ICICI Bank or an Axis Bank in India, but yet that is offshore in nature. And then equity research, you have CRISIL, you have eValueServe, Zacks Research, Nomura Research, Moody Analytics, Morningstar. So many of these companies have equity research outfits in India now. And then third party accounting, order to cash, record to report, procure to pay, private equity accounting. At least you get a good job. It keeps on growing with time. So whether it is a Cognizant or a Genpact or Infosys BP or a State Street, Apex, Citco, Vitius Capital, Concero, Accenture, and this is just an illustrative list, not the exhaustive list. So you might actually find far more number of KPOs if you really set up your ambition that yes, I am ready to work in a KPO. I'm okay for a kind of not a front end but a mid office or a back office kind of a role. But there are other advantages, so there's no real perfect job as such. So then there's various options in terms of accounting and equity research and credit control, fund accounting, product control, captive accounting, auditing, big six firms. A lot of options emerge for people across the straddle. So I really hope that this video is helpful to you. And since I've covered a good number of names here, this will be a good base for you to start applying. And I wish you the very best in your career. Thank you.